For people who aren't familiar with Molly Bloom as a person and the experience she had, can you talk a little bit about what makes her story so compelling and so universally fascinating?
You know, I think the fact that this woman, Molly Bloom, was a champion. She was, just missed the Olympics by this much. She had incredible, well above the average law school testing for Harvard. She was planning on going to law school. She took some time off and fell into this poker thing. And she ended up running a business where she was making millions and millions and millions of dollars. And I think that, obviously at the end of the story, she breaks a little law here, but that's not really why they took her in. They took her in because they wanted to nail the Russian mob and thought that she could help them. It's a story about women's empowerment. It's a story about overcoming adversity. Whether you're a woman or a man, that's something that everybody wants to see.
The character of Molly Bloom, of course, is a winning combination of glamour, humility, integrity. Can you talk a little bit about the qualities that Jessica Chastain has as a performer that make her such a perfect fit for that mold?
Jessica's a great actress on all levels. She has enormous vulnerability. She's beautiful, she's sexy, she's smart, and she's such a world-class actor. It's not easy to do 10 pages a day the way she had to. I mean, it was a long, Aaron writes dialogue. Most movie scripts are 120 pages. This was 200. Characters talk twice as fast in an Aaron Sorkin movie. She just had everything that we were hoping for. She was our first and only choice, and we were very fortunate to have her to star in the movie.
Idris Elba is one of our beloved national treasures here. Can you talk a little bit about what made him such an interesting choice, I guess, for...
Yeah, Idris is a great actor, and I love the idea that he's playing this former prosecutor who grew up in Brooklyn. He's... What can I say? When Idris comes on the screen, no matter what he's doing, he's electrifying. I think that it's not a role that one would necessarily presume him to do, which is exactly why I thought it was interesting to cast him in the role.
Aaron Sorkin is an iconic storyteller, but this is significant in marking his transition to a role directing as well as writing. We know what Aaron's like as a writer. Can you talk about what he's like as a director, though?
You know what? He is prepared. He is thoughtful. He's great with the actors. I think he's been preparing his whole life for this. He didn't want to direct the movie. We had to convince him to do it. And I think he's a wonderful director, and he will continue to write for other directors, as he will tell you.
Any approach to any story, whether true or not, from an actor's point of view, is to be able to at least own your character, own your interpretation of a character. A lot of times directors don't even know exactly what they want to see when an actor walks in. So as long as you, the actor, knows what you are and what your character is, then that's enough.
Thank you. And you've also been working with Aaron Sorkin, first-time director. What was it like working with him and collaborating?
Aaron was brilliant. He was a really nice guy. He was very pragmatic. He was very open to suggestion. With Aaron's work, you don't want to improvise. You want to say the words because as they're written. But sometimes you can't help but say something a different way. He was very good about that, and I thought he might not be. So it was good. It was really good.
Idris, were you a poker player before this film?
No.
No. So you just had to
I played a little Texam Hold'em on my phone in the airport sometimes, but no, I'm not.
Have you mastered a good
one.
poker face now?
How was that? Any good?
Yeah, that's good.
I really loved the character. First of all, I wanted to work with Aaron Sorkin. Then I loved the character of Molly Bloom. It's a script. It's a story of an underdog. She really goes against the tide of what society expects for her. It's a film that explores patriarchy. You see it in her family, you see it in industry, and you see it in the government. This idea of her trying to follow these rules that have been laid out by men. And Aaron Sorkin, man, he's a political filmmaker, and I've always wanted to work with him. I tried to hang out with Molly as much as I could, so Molly was she was invaluable to me in terms of the research. She was so accessible, and I met with her. I met with some players that played Molly's game, and they took me to a game in New York. So I had a lot of fun doing the research for the role.
Jessica, can you talk to us a little bit about the chemistry, the amazing chemistry you have with Idris?
How could anyone not have chemistry? He's such a great actor, and I was so happy to see him play this role. There's a lot of humor in this part, and I think he just nails it.
It's an absolute honor to have you here with us. You're a person who, through no fault of your own, has so many perceptions placed upon you. I guess my question is, who is the real Molly Bloom, and how well have Jessica and Aaron managed to capture that with this film?
I'd like to believe that I am as formidable of a human as Jessica played and Aaron captured. And I was also touched by how much humanity is in this story, and how much heart. And I like that Aaron wrote a flawed character that ultimately we root for, but that is real, is dimensional. So